Welcome to another episode of our podcast, our video podcast. Another episode for you coming from Austin, Texas. It's a beautiful, sunny but freezing January morning here in Austin. We've just had an amazing couple of days with our mastermind members from the US doing annual planning and mastermind meetings the last 2 days, which has been great. And Austin has been an amazing location and city. I wanted to make this episode before we jet off to the airport to talk a little bit about Warby Parker. So a couple of things, couple of reasons. One, I had a question sent to us from Mike Kilpatrick, who runs a store practice in Bath. And he was asking about what's my opinion or thoughts on disruptors like Warby Parker, or if you're in the UK and Ireland, the Warby Parker inspired businesses like Ace and Tate, Ollie Quinn, those types of models where they are definitely disrupting the public's perception of eyewear and what's on offer. So I was going to talk a little bit about that and share some thoughts with you. And also, while I was here, I did a little mystery shopping in Warby Parker. So I'm going to share a few insights from my experience, what I thought was good and what I thought was not so good, and why it applies to anybody that's running an independent practice and competing with the likes of Warby Parker. So first off, I think the best way to look at your practice or look at your business is not through your eyes, but through your customer's eyes, through the client's eyes, through your target client's eyes and what they would think of it. So really, if you're thinking about Warby Parker, what's most important is getting a feel for what would your clients and your customers think about Warby Parker. So I think that's the best way to look at your business and look at your own business as well. You have to look at it not through your eyes and what you think, because you're going to be a little bit biased. You need to look at it through the customer's eyes and see everything with fresh eyes, see the whole experience from start to finish through their eyes. From marketing, when they look online, do they find you? What's that experience look like? What's the impression they have? To when they call your practice, what's that phone experience like? What's that impression like? Almost mystery shop yourself, and be able to look at your practice through fresh eyes. And then equally, when you're looking at another business like a Warby Parker, you need to kind of take the emotion out of it. I know there's a lot of emotion involved when an independent is competing with a bigger, stronger business that has seemingly more resources. So that's the first step, is look at your business through fresh eyes. And so we arrived here 4 days ago, I believe, and it is sunny, but I forgot to bring my sunglasses. It's January, I didn't think, so I arrived here in Austin without any sunglasses, and I thought, okay, well, there's a good opportunity. Let's go into Warby Parker and see what the experience is like and buy some sunglasses. So that's what we did. And so my experience was, first of all, the store looks great. So they have a great looking store. From a customer perspective, it looks attractive to people that are interested in potentially stylish eyewear. It looks trendy, it looks attractive, it looks inviting. So when I walked in, I was greeted. They said, hello, welcome to Warby Parker. They asked me, what was I looking for today? And I said, I'm looking for sunglasses. And so we got a friendly greeting, but beyond that, it was very much self-service. They told me, well, the sunglasses are over there. And that was it. I was left to myself to browse. The store itself, obviously, I think they do a great job with making an attractive store. It's kind of Apple Store-esque, if you like. It's a nice environment to be in. But it was very much, it had a self-service vibe to it. And looking at other customers, it was busy. Looking at other customers as they came in, they all got a greeting, but the greeting was very much friendly. Hello, welcome. What are you looking for? Glasses. And the advice was typically along the lines of, okay, well, everything's laid out by shape and style. We've got different colors and shapes. So, if you see something you like, just let us know and we'll tell you what other colors are available. And that was it. So I think there's an opportunity here for us as independents to understand how do we differentiate in terms of the experience that we're offering in our store. So I browsed around for 15, 20 minutes looking at glasses. Even though I'm an optometrist and I kind of know what I'm doing with eyewear, I still believe that having everything on display is not a great. It's a poor customer experience. It very quickly gets confusing, and it's hard to look at 1,000 frames and know what's going to be right for you. So I think as an independent, what we preach is you should be curating your eyewear and helping people select eyewear and guide them through the minefield of having to feel that they're looking at 1,000 frames and it all blurring into a mishmash of frames. So in terms of how they display their products, it looks okay, but the experience isn't great. It's just a free-for-all. So after browsing and trying frames for 15 minutes or so, I selected a pair of sunglasses, took them up to the desk, and asked the guy, "Can I take these, please?" And he said, "Yeah, no problem. Would you like prescription lenses?" And I asked him, "Well, how long would it take to get prescription lenses?" And he told me it would take 2 weeks, and we just ship them straight to you. So I said, "Well, it's fine. I'm just here for a few days." So he disappeared out the back and came back with my bag and handed me my glasses and said, "There you go. We'll email you your receipt." And that was it. There was no talk of checking how the frame looks on me. He didn't see the frame on me. Nobody mentioned the word adjustment. Nobody asked me why I might need sunglasses or what my prescription might be, or there was no questioning around why do I need any glasses, and there was no advice offered. So the whole experience overall was great looking store. So I'm looking at through a customer's eyes. Great looking store, stylish. The frame styles, it's a bit confusing picking glasses, as is in most places, unless you kind of follow the philosophy that I preach. Products looked okay, the styles were okay, nothing groundbreaking, but they just looked, to most customers, I would say they looked like reasonably stylish glasses. Low price, service was friendly, but zero expertise. So I think opportunity-wise, there's a couple of things that stand out for independents that I think you should be aware of, and that you should be making your team aware of, and that you should be able to talk about. If you have a Warby Parker nearby, or you have an Ace and Tate nearby, and somebody asks you, why are your glasses more expensive, or what's different between your glasses versus Warby Parker, you want to make versus Warby Parker or Ace and Tate, you want to make sure you and your team are able to have a sensible conversation where you can explain to the client, well, here's what we offer, and here's what we specialize in, and here's how we can help, versus here's what you get in a Warby Parker or an Ace and Tate. So I think there is a difference in quality of the product, and typically, depending on which frames you're working with, but for the types of brands we work with, the quality is much higher, and you can feel that. So you could demonstrate, here's what a Warby Parker feels like, here's what our type of acetate frame feels like. You can demonstrate and explain things. From a service point of view, I think that's the key one, is being able to offer advice and expertise. And I think a big one is making your practice about people over products, and making your whole sales approach and service approach focused on people, not products. So a focus on people is not just vomiting information about frame styles and here's how it works and these are the shapes and these are the colors and here's the pricing and here's what lenses are on offer. That's all product info. Making your practice about people is asking, great, well, welcome, thanks for coming to see us. Have you been to see us before? Why are you looking for glasses? Where did you go last time? Was there any reason you didn't go back there? Have you had any problems? Tell me what you need the glasses for. What are you going to wear them for? Do you wear other glasses? All questions focused on people. And I think that's really what great personal service is. And that's what's going to differentiate you. And particularly if you focus on offering great optical expertise and optical advice, dispensing advice, helping people make good decisions around their eyewear, and helping people feel confident in choosing the right eyewear and getting the right prescription and the right lens choice and the right frame style and the right fit and the right adjustment. You want to be able to talk about that with your clients and make sure that that's a big focus of the experience that you are offering in your practice. And you definitely need to meet Warby Parker and those companies in terms of style, having an inviting, stylish interior and environment where it makes you feel good and makes you create that retail therapy effect where people are feeling in a buying mood. You need to match them there. You definitely need to match them in personal service and engage and be focused on people. I think they did a good job on that. They, as I said, they were friendly. They at least gave us a greeting when we came in. The staff looked the part in terms of they were kind of trendy looking staff. They fit with that style of store. And at the end, they may not have given us any advice, but at the end, they asked why, they picked up on my accent and asked what, why are you in Texas? Why are you here? So then there was a fairly engaging conversation at the point of paying and leaving, and we had a bit of a discussion around, what we were going to see and do while we were in Austin. So that was a positive experience, and it's important that your staff are engaging with people in that way. It's such a huge part of a great customer experience. And then last but not least, when I left the store, because I thought this would make a good podcast, I got a photograph taken. Rory took my photograph outside the store, and the whole staff came out and saw that we were taking a picture outside the Warby Parker store and said, "Can we get in the picture with you?" So I have a picture that you'll see now of the whole entire Warby Parker staff coming out to take a photo in front of the store with the customer. So that's really good. That's like, engage, have fun, make it a personal experience. Look for ways to make a trip to your practice fun. So yeah, the expertise and advice is critical, and that's something that you can compete and beat Warby Parker on. But it can't be dry, it can't be boring, so you need to inject personality into it. So that was my experience from Warby Parker, and I think you just need to keep that clear in your mind. This is what our strengths are. We can be strong in personal service and engaging and making it fun. We can meet them in terms of creating a stylish environment. We can beat them in terms of niche, unique products that aren't just generic and that are at a higher quality if you choose to go on that route. And you can make your practice all about people, not products, and focus on helping people, because choosing glasses isn't just a self-service type of decision. People need help and advice and guidance to feel confident in their choices, and that's where I think you can shine as an independent. So that's my field report, if you like, from Warby Parker in Austin, Texas. It's been great being here in Austin. We are flying to the airport, heading to Atlanta, then Manchester, then we've got a couple of weeks, then we're going to London. We've got a 2-day annual planning workshop for our mastermind members in the UK, in Lord's Cricket Ground in London, so we're looking forward to that. And then later, in June, we're heading to Ibiza for a mastermind event there. July, we're back here in Chicago, back to Manchester in September. So we're going to be doing a few more of these kind of video on-location shoots and episodes for you guys. So a few more of those coming down the pipeline. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you found it useful. We will be back soon with another episode. And this is me signing off from Austin.